Now see, to do all the problems or to solve every problem, almost every numerical, every IIT JEE numerical, okay, we need a tool, the tool of physics which we require to solve any IIT JEE numerical, not only kinematics, not only mechanics, not only this single chapter. This is a tool, and that tool is called as the mathematics. And in mathematics, not everything we require. The only tool we require in mathematics is calculus. Okay, calculus
Yes,
is the tool. And when we speak about calculus, basically two things we should know about calculus. Now I am explaining you as I am explaining a 9th standard student. Okay, so that it will
yes,
be very easy try to understand calculus as a 9th standard student, not as a 11th standard student.
yes, sir.
Now there is a piece of paper, assume that, okay, an uneven piece of paper, and
Yes,
it is lying on a graph sheet. Now we can break this into small pieces, small
yes, sir.
pieces, bits of paper you have learned. Now when you break them into pieces, small pieces, again it is lying inside the graph sheet only, but they are now pieces of paper. This
Yes,
breaking of a big uneven sheet into smaller pieces is called in calculus differentiation. Differentiation, that's it. Different. So it is differentiating. Differentiation means breaking into smaller pieces. That's it. Okay,
yes, sir.
that's it. And now that is simple. For that, there is a formula. There are formulas how you can break this uneven sheet into small pieces. Differentiation means what? Simply breaking into smaller pieces. For that,
Yes,
the formulas are d by dx of x power n. What is d by dx? That is differentiation. This is a mathematical thing. This d by dx is a mathematical thing, which,
yes, sir.
and this x power n is the function. X power n is the function. When such
Yes,
a
sir.
thing you see, whenever you see such a thing, what are you going to do? Uh, what we have to do is simple thing we have to do. We have to apply the formula in maths. In maths 1b, where the calculus chapter maths sir will tell, there he will tell you why this came,
Yes,
how
sir.
this came, we don't need. We just have to
Yes,
use the tool as a formula, and that formula is the
yes,
power whatever is n is there, that will come in the front, and this x power n minus 1. That's it. This is one tool we are going to use. Let us apply it for one small formula, then you will understand. For
yes,
example, 2x cube is there. Remember, whatever is here, the number which is a coefficient, you should not touch it. Leave the 2, then send this d by dx inside x power 3. Then what will happen? X power 3, this 2 leave it as it is, okay? Put it
yes,
in bracket. Then whatever the power 3 will come here because of this formula, x power 3 minus 1. So now what will be the answer? 2 3s are 6, x power 2.
6x square, sir.
That's it. Like that, like that, we can solve differentiation for any x power anything. Now, I'll give you a different thing. D by dx of, there are 2x cube plus something else is there. This is in bracket. 2x cube plus something like 3x square plus 4x plus some 5, one number is there. Now how to do this? Each of them you have to do differentiation. For this, then for this, then for this, then for this. There may be plus or minus. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Maybe there, minus may be there. There may be minus or plus. You just have to
Yes,
put the signs as it is. Don't touch these coefficient numbers. Only do the differentiation for x powers. And
yes.
the differentiation for the constant is 0. Okay. So what would
Sir,
it
in
be?
the last time you said you sent two to left side, no, sir.
Yeah.
So now we
Same
should
thing.
send 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5.
See, 2 is a coefficient for first of them, first of it.
Yes, sir.
Then what is the differentiation for x cube? 3x square
3 3x square, sir. Yes, sir.
plus. If it is plus, leave it as plus. Then
Yes,
3,
sir.
leave it like that. Now what is the differentiation for x square? Tell me.
3x, sir.
Huh? 2x. Very
3x,
good.
sir.
No, 3 is as it is. 2x, no. 2 will come
Yes,
in
sir. Yes,
front.
sir. Yes, sir. 2x, sir.
Uh, 4 into d by dx of x is 1
Yes, sir.
plus d by dx of 5 is 0. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Understood this now very clearly?
Yes, sir.
How this came, how this became 2x? Actually, the power is how much? What is the power?
2, sir.
X power 2. 2 will come in front and 2 will subtract in the numerator, in the exponent. And it's
Yes, sir.
understood. That is why
Yes,
it
sir.
has become 2x power 1. That only we call it as 2x. Understood that? Is it clear now?
Yes, sir.
Hmm. So this is about differentiation. Is it clear now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Clear, sir.
Ah. So now you should not get this doubt again and again and again wherever you see numericals where, but in the chapter which we are dealing, kinematics, we will not have in terms of the variables will not be x, will be in terms of time. Time will be there. For example, the same numerical 2t cube plus 3t square, something like this only will be there. Always you will find in terms of time. Why? Because we are differentiating with respect to time. Time is that
Yes, sir.
parameter which we have to differentiate. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Let me check once. So, understand the only difference is this is maths. Okay, this is mathematics. This is
Yes, sir.
physics. In physics, you will have with respect to time only, always. Very rarely you
Yes,
will
sir.
have some numericals where there are some numericals, higher order numericals, where time is on the LHS and x is on the RHS. Very rare numericals. You will get that in IIT JEE advanced numericals, time will be LHS and RHS, some equation like this will exist. But
Yes, sir.
till now, you see all numericals, they will not be like this. They will be like this. X is equal to, and X is on the LHS and time is on the RHS. Everything on the RHS will be time only. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Very rarely, for example, I will tell you one numerical. T is equal to 2x square minus 4x. Such a numerical also will exist. This is a very
Yes,
rare
sir.
numerical. This is JE advanced. We are not doing JE advanced. We are doing only now mains only. No? This book
Yes,
is
sir.
only mains. This is not even advanced.
Yes,
Advanced
sir.
books are there. We are doing no main. This is advanced numerical. I
Sir,
will tell
here
you.
it's written advanced, sir. Physics for
IIT has
joint
done that,
entrance
but it is not
examination.
advanced level. This is easy level. Okay.
Sir,
Cengage.
I got the cover difference, sir. Means Byju's, it's written Byju's like that thing.
No, that's okay. No
I
problem.
got the Cengage book cover different, sir. All the matter is same, but the book
Yeah,
cover is different, sir.
that is no problem. They keep changing that. Cengage is Cengage. We
But
are
I
doing from
don't know, sir.
Cengage.
Some data.
So coming back to our class, what happens is, I told you, generally IIT JEE mains will have X on the LHS. X, always X will be on the LHS, is equal to whatever will be there here, function of time will be there in the RHS. That you remember. Function of time
Yes,
is
sir.
example also I told you. Something like t power 4, t minus t cube, huh? Plus or minus, something like here there may be a number 9, it may be anything, but time will be there on the RHS, no doubt about it. Some
Yes,
numericals will have different, like time on the LHS and function of x on the RHS. They are advanced numericals. Okay, that much you
yes,
understood.
sir.
That is about differentiation. Now let us come to where we have to use integration. That you should know very clearly. I will tell you now. Listen very carefully. Where we should
Yes, sir.
use differentiation, where we should use integration. That is the basic question, is it or not? Where
Yes,
should
sir.
we use
Yes,
what?
sir.
Yeah, now I will tell you that only very clearly. See, what should be done? Where should we use? First of all, what is integration? You know, then you will know where to use what. Integration also has its formula. The formula, this symbol which looks like an S, that is the symbol of integration. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Integral in mathematics, it's called integral x power n dx. Then the direct formula, how it came, all that your math sir will anyway tell you. How to use only we should know. X power n plus 1. The power will increase and the denominator will be the increased power. Okay. Of course, the maths teachers will tell you there is a plus c, but since we have integral limits, since we have limits, generally we will have limits. Without limits, we don't have in physics. We will have limits like 2 to 3 or something. Some numbers will be there.
Sir,
Yeah.
what happens to dx, sir? Differentiation, sir. Dx.
Differentiation or integration?
This one, sir. Beside
This is integration.
dx.
Now I'm speaking about integration. This is integration.
Okay, sir. After this, the dx will be what? What will happen to dx, sir? After
Nothing will
integration.
happen to that. After doing this integration, this is the answer you will get. You need not bother about
Yes.
what will happen to dx. All we have
Yes,
to
sir.
worry is this formula. How to use this formula we should know. Whatever
Plus
may
c
be
is
there.
important, sir.
Huh?
Plus c, sir.
Yeah, that's what I'm telling you about plus c. Actually, there should be a plus c. But since you put the
Yes.
limits 2 to 3, this plus c will become 0. Why? Why I will tell you. It will not become actually 0. It will cancel out. Because you see, for example, you put the 3. What will happen? Tell me. 3 power n plus 1 by n plus 1 plus c and bracket minus the lower limit. This is the upper limit and this is the lower limit. When you
Yes, sir.
subtract the lower limit, that plus c will anyway cancel. 2 power n plus 1 by n plus 1, that n may be anything. Plus c, here also plus c will be there. But this plus c and plus c will cancel when you open this minus. Did you understand?
Okay, sir.
That is why in our physics numericals we don't use plus c, because the
Sir,
plus c is
how we
there.
will get upper limit and lower limit, sir?
That will be given in the problem.
In the question, he will give, sir.
In the question. The upper limits and lower
Yes.
limits are only two types of upper limits and lower limits are there. Either the upper limit and lower limit are time limits or velocity limits. Velocity. What are the two types of velocities which have limits? The body starts with the initial velocity, goes to a final
Yes.
velocity, and body starts from a time t is equal to, for example, 2 seconds, and it went to t is equal to, or stopped at t is equal to some 5 seconds. Then this will be your lower limit of time. This will be your upper limit of time. This will be your lower
Yes, sir.
limit of velocity. This will be upper limit of velocity. Understood that clearly?
Yes, sir.
Only one more thing you should know. Whenever they use this word, rest, if this word is used in the numerical, what does it mean? It means initial velocity is 0, no doubt about it. Understood?
Yes, sir.
And initial time
Yes,
is
sir.
0, no doubt about it. Okay. Final
Yes.
velocity cannot be 0. Final velocity will have some number, 20, 30, something. You have to check that in the question. There will be a final velocity, no doubt about it. Okay. And
Yes,
final
sir.
time also will be there. Final time will be some 20 seconds, something. That will be given in the question. Understood? Rest. If that
Yes, sir.
word is used, rest. If you read this word rest, that means initially everything is 0. Understood that very clearly?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now, the second part which you should know, I'm telling that now. There is another word which you see. If you see this word, if you see this sentence, the body stops. The body stops by
Means final
applying,
velocity, sir.
by applying brakes. By applying brakes. If this word brakes, if you see anywhere, or if you see this word stops, if you don't see this word stops, applying brakes means what happens? If you apply brakes, what happens? Obviously, the body will stop. Quite obvious.
Yes, sir.
Then what happens? The final velocity definitely is 0. Then you will get a doubt. What about initial velocity? Initial velocity is not 0. Quite obvious. How can initial velocity also be 0? It cannot be 0, no? Isn't it?
Yes,
Final
sir.
initial
Yes, sir.
velocity will have some number. Is it understood?
Yes, sir.
They will give that initial velocity. They will not say that initially it is moving with. It will. They will say, just simply say in the question, the body was moving with some velocity 20 meters per second. That means what? That means Initial velocity, that is the initial velocity with which it was moving,
Yes, sir.
and an acceleration is and in a negative direction has been, or AR, what is it called as? Retardation. Retardation means deceleration. Retardation, another word is negative acceleration, or another, there are two words, deceleration. It's an opposite to acceleration. Is it understood?
Yes, sir.
Deceleration,
Yes.
Yes, sir.
retardation, negative acceleration, braking force. This is another word. Braking force. Braking means not brake, that braking which you do at home, not braking cell phone. Braking force means applying brake. Understood that?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
We
sir.
don't break anything here. We are actually stopping it. BRAKING.
Yes.
Braking means BRAKE, break. No, that braking. Understood that? Braking
Yes.
force, this words, when it is used, that means you should come to the conclusion that the body is going to stop. The final velocity will be zero. In this situation, in such a situation, V will become zero in the upper limit. Did you get that? Okay.
Yes,
And the
sir.
lower
Yes.
limit will not be zero. Lower limit will be some value when you do the
Yes, sir.
integration.
Yes,
In
sir.
the earlier situation, what will be zero? Initial velocity will become zero. Final velocity will not be zero, some number. They will give that. Understood that? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Very
sir.
clearly, you should understand this. Otherwise, you cannot solve numericals without knowing this. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Hmm?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now, having known this very clearly only, we can proceed by doing problems. Otherwise, how would you? Where to use what? Yes, both of you listen this. That heading is only I'm writing very carefully. Where to use what? What means, what are those two things which we have?
Integration and
Differentiation
differentiation, sir.
or integration.
Integration.
Where to use what? Very important this is. Because when you see the question, you get confused. Where to use what? That is the biggest problem. All students encounter this problem. That is why I'm telling you, nowhere in any of the books, H.C. Verma, D.C. Pandey, Cengage, you read any book, you will only see numericals being solved, but they will never tell you where to use what. That I will tell you now very clearly. Please listen very carefully. See, both of you are listening. See,
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
generally, displacement is on the x-axis. Okay.
Yes, sir.
If I'm telling you, if situation, if displacement is, for example, a function of time, of course it will be a function of time. Is it? It is quite obvious, no?
Yes,
Either
sir.
this will be there, or the other case which I told you, time is a function of displacement. This is a very rare case. This is IIT JEE Advanced. Okay, this we will
Yes.
care about later. This is the general case. Yes. For example, I will write an equation. Displacement is equal to something like t square 3t square plus 4t minus 9. This is an equation that I gave you. Okay. And now I am asking you to find out the velocity and acceleration. If such a question is asked where displacement is on the x-axis or is on the LHS and is a function of time, only thing that you have to see very carefully whether displacement, both of you listen carefully, whether
Yes,
the
sir.
displacement is having power 1 or not, that you should see. Displacement should have power 1. It should not have x square, x cube or anything like that. If
Yes,
this
sir.
is the question
Yes,
given
sir.
to you, okay, this is
Yes,
the
sir.
question given to you where the power is 1, then displacement is a function of time. Is it or not? Displacement x is
Yes,
a
sir.
function of time. Then what is the situation to find out the velocity? Simply differentiate with respect to time the given function of displacement. That's it. You have to remember that as a thumb rule. Okay. For example, I
Yes,
am
sir.
doing that now for you. Then what would you get here? D by dt of whatever is given, I am putting the numbers there. 3t square plus 4t minus 9. What would you get here? Using your known knowledge, can you tell me? What would I get? the each of the term you have to differentiate. 3 leave it aside. What is the differentiation for t square? 2 t power 2 minus 1 plus 4 leave it aside. Derivative of t with respect to t is 1 minus
Yes, sir.
derivative of differential of 9 is 0. Okay. Then what are you eventually going to
Yes,
get?
sir.
6t plus 4. This is your velocity function. Understand what is this? Velocity
Velocity function.
function. This is not velocity. This is velocity function as a time function. Velocity as a function of time. Did you get that? Did you understand this very clearly? Now
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
from
sir.
In
this,
the exam, we should write B brackets T, sir.
no. You are going to do it in IIT, no man. These are not intermediate. These are not CBSE. We are doing IIT. Why do you have to write this anywhere?
Yes, sir. Yes,
You have
sir.
to solve it, no. You don't have to write
Yes, sir.
anywhere.
Yes, sir.
Now
Yes.
from this equation, you can find U, you can find V. Understand? You can find the
Yes,
initial
sir.
velocity, you can find the final velocity. What is initial velocity means? Time is equal to 0. Whenever you put time is equal to 0, V of t will become U of U. That's it, U. Why? Because you have put time is equal to 0 in this equation means V of 0 is only called as U. Subscript. Did you get this? This is subscript, not a big thing. This is subscript. Are you understanding?
Yes,
Sir, I
sir.
did not understand this, sir.
You are simply substituting t is equal to 0, man. You are putting t is equal to 0 in the V of t. So that becomes U. You put t here, t is
Yes.
equal to 0 here. What will it become? T into
U, sir.
0 plus 4. What is the answer now?
4, sir.
4
4, sir.
meter per second. Understood now? What is the 4 meter per second? What is this? This is U.
Initial velocity.
Initial velocity. Now, if I ask you to find out what is the velocity, I won't say initial or anything. What is the velocity after t is equal to 2 seconds? Then what am I asking? I am asking V. Understood?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
My question is V. I'm not asking you. U means only initial velocity. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Either I would use this term. I will never say t is equal to 0. I will use this word rest. Or the body is starting from rest. What is the initial velocity? Actually, body starts from rest, but still the initial velocity is not 0. It is having an
Yes,
initial
sir.
velocity. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Is it
sir.
clear? Rest is only for the time. Rest is not for the initial velocity. Is it understood?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Both of you understood? The terminology
Yes,
has
Yes,
to be
sir.
very clearly understood. Now let us come to the t is equal to 2 seconds. Can I rub this?
16 meter per second, sir.
Oh, yeah. Yes. So now let us go to the t is equal to 2 seconds. I'm in the question I'm asking what is the velocity at t is equal to 2 seconds. Then what do I have to do? V of 2. What was the equation?
60 plus 4.
60 plus 4. Yes, you're right. 6t plus 4 was the equation. In this, you have to substitute this t is equal to 2 here. Then what you will get is
Yes, sir.
v subscript t is equal to 2. Understood that now? 6 into
Yes, sir.
2 plus 4 is equal to how much? 6 to the 12
16,
plus
sir.
4, 16 meters per second. This is the velocity, instantaneous velocity. What is this velocity? By the way, it is the instantaneous velocity. Instantaneous velocity at t is equal to 2 seconds. Is it clear? This
Yes,
is
sir.
also
Means it's
very
not final velocity, sir.
no. This is the instantaneous velocity at t is equal to 2 seconds. If you take a screenshot of your speedometer, this is what the velocity you will see. Is it clear?
Then how to find the final velocity, sir?
The final velocity that they will give in the question. How much time it has it traveled? They will give in the question. 5 seconds, 10 seconds, 20 seconds,
Okay,
final.
sir.
Or you may have to find the time also in the question itself. You may have to
Yes,
find
sir.
the time also. Understood that? Is it clear?
Sir, if they ask v is equal to the final velocity is 5 and you should find it. What's the final velocity means we can find like this, sir?
Yes. Yeah, that's what we did now.
Yes, sir.
Now, next step, proceeding like this, next step is acceleration. Acceleration. This is the most important step, very important step you should know. Acceleration is first derivative of velocity function. Velocity function, or simply it's simply dv by dt. Understood that? dv by
Yes,
dt.
sir.
dv by dt. Now, what was your velocity function which we got? It's there in the starting here. What is it? 6t plus 4. 6t plus 4 is your velocity function. Is it or not? Now I have to
Yes,
differentiate
sir.
this. What will you get? Leave the 6. dt by dt is 1. Everybody knows that. Plus 4. What is the derivative of 4? See, I wrote it wrong purposefully so that will you tell correct or not? I'm checking. You're not telling. What is the
I
derivative
didn't
of 4?
understand, sir.
What is the differentiation of 4? 0, no?
Yes, sir.
Cannot differentiate 4. 4 is a constant
Yes, sir.
number.
4 power 0, sir, means 0, sir.
Ah. Yeah, that's what. You can only differentiate t power 1, no?
Yes, sir.
There is no t here, no?
Yes, sir.
How can you differentiate the constant? Constant derivative is 0. So what will eventually get? Only 4, 6 you will get. What are the units?
Sir,
Meter.
how d? Nothing, sir. Nothing, sir.
Is it understood, Kritika? Clear?
Yes, sir.
Now, one more thing. Till here, everybody will understand. And what did you notice? Acceleration is a constant number. Is it or not?
Yes,
It is
sir.
a constant number. It is not having any time at all. Is it or not? It's a constant
Yes.
number.
Yes, sir.
It's not having t power 1, t power 2, nothing. Why is it not having time? Because I chose my x having t power 2. Is it or not? I chose, what
Yes,
was the x I have taken in the question? 3t square, like that I took. Is it or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Plus, what was that second term?
3t square plus 4t minus 9, sir.
Yes, this is what I took as the question. Is it or not? Now,
Yes, sir.
now please pay attention carefully. If I take x is equal to a higher order of time means let us take something like 3. Take any number, not necessary you should take always 3 only. Do not think like that. Something like I have taken 9t cube minus 7t square plus 8t plus 6. This is the equation that I took. Let us assume this is the equation that I took. Okay? That means
Yes,
it's
sir.
given in the question. Then did you observe what is the power of time? Higher power of time?
Yes,
Three.
sir.
Three,
Cube,
sir.
sir.
3 cubic equation. Then without doing I can tell the velocity. Of course you have to do. Definitely one power will reduce or not.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
So it will be a function with t square. No doubt about it.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Then acceleration will be again reduce the power by how much? It will be a function of time or not? Yes?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
That means this is not a constant. Is it or not? It is not
sir.
a constant. Acceleration is not a constant. Is it or not? Did you observe this?
Yes, sir.
Huh? For example,
Sir,
I
I
will
did not understand this, sir. Function of time, normal time is not constant. I did not
see
understand.
this here. T power 3. If you
Yes,
differentiate,
sir.
what will you get? Tell me. Tell me what is the
T
answer.
square, sir.
Tell me the answer. T cube is there. What will you
Hello,
get?
sir. Can you hear me, sir?
Yeah, tell me the answer. What will come here?
Sir, T 9
Ritika, at least you tell.
3, sir. 3, sir. 3.
Sir, 9
3
into
minus 1.
3t
3
minus
1.
3t part 2.
Yes, correct. Minus 7 into 2t.
2t power 1
Yes, very good. Plus 8 into 1 plus 0. This is the
plus 0.
yeah, this is
Yes,
what you
sir.
will get. See, this is having t square or not?
Yes, sir.
Now, second
sir.
next derivative at least you tell. Again, I will differentiate this to get acceleration.
Me, sir.
No, Deepika. Srinandan, tell me, man.
Yes, sir.
27. This is 27. Into what? What will come here? T square derivative.
Sir, 2, sir.
Oh,
2t power
oh,
1, sir.
oh, very good. Minus, this is 14. The derivative of t with respect to t is 1.
0, sir.
Yeah, this term has become 0. So this is the function of t, no? That's what I wrote.
Sir,
Understood?
2t will also become 0, no, sir. T power 1 minus 1, no, sir. 2t.
Anything power 0 is what, Srinandan?
0, sir.
Eighth standard they told you anything power 0 is 1.
Yes, sir.
Anything power 0 is not 0, it's 1. They told in 8th
Yes, sir.
standard exponents and radicals.
Yes, sir.
So, you don't remember that? So then, you see, did you observe what happened to the acceleration? It is not a constant.
Yes, sir. So
Not.
it's only going to be a constant in a quadratic equation.
Ah, very good, Kritika. That's what I was about to say. Acceleration happens to become a constant only and only if you take or if you are given a quadratic equation of time in your displacement. If displacement is given as a quadratic equation of time, acceleration will finally become a constant. Did you understand? Both of
Yes,
you?
sir.
Yes, sir.
That was what I was about to say. Okay, I will write that so that you never forget. I'm going to write that. Acceleration is equal to constant only if the given displacement equation is equal to a function of t square, or in other ways layman thing, quadratic in time. Understood that very clearly. Acceleration cannot be a constant otherwise. If you have an acceleration of higher powers of time, if the acceleration can become a higher power of time, when if the clause is that if x is a function of t cube or any higher power of t square, t power 4, t power 5, anything like this is there in the function of displacement, then what happens to the acceleration? It will
T will come in acceleration, sir.
time will come. Time will have its existence in acceleration. It will not be a number. Both of you understood that very clear.
Yes, sir. Sir, then
And
what would happen if t is power 1, the highest derivative is 1?
What? Displacement is only having 2t. This is what you're saying. 2t
Yes,
plus
sir.
4. Yes, very good question. See, if displacement is not having quadratic, lower than quadratic, means linear equation, is it or not? It's a linear equation.
Yes,
It's called
sir.
linear equation. Then what would happen to velocity? First tell me. What would happen to velocity? It will be 2 into 1 plus 0.
Plus 0.
So velocity itself has become a constant. Yes?
Yes, sir.
Then what will be the acceleration? 0.
0.
Understood? That is
Yes,
what
sir.
is
Yes,
our
sir.
basic 9th standard knowledge. When velocity is constant, acceleration is 0. Is it or not? That is
Yes,
what
sir.
we have learnt
Yes.
in 9th standard also. Is it or not? The same thing we
Yes,
are
sir.
learning now using calculus also. When you have a constant velocity object, the acceleration is 0. Is it understood?
Yes, sir.
Very clearly. Now comes the most important part. Where to use what? Till here, I told you that x is on the LHS. Is it or not? X should always be on the LHS and x power should be only 1. Again, I'm recalling. And that side, a function of time should exist. Then what you have to do? Simply you will find
Differentiation, sir.
differentiation. Now the reverse thing I will tell you now. Where to use integration. The reverse thing. If you have been given acceleration as a function of time, That could also happen. For example, I gave acceleration as a function of time. 2t plus 3. I gave like this. Acceleration only I gave as a function of time. Okay. Then I ask you to find out the velocity and displacement. Then what can you do? You have to do integration. Why? What is velocity? It is the integral of acceleration dt. Understand that. So integral with they in such a situation they will give you the limits of time. They will give you t1 and t2. That they should give. Otherwise you cannot solve. They will give you
Yes, sir.
t1 and t2. They will give in the question. They will not give it explicitly. You have to search the question very carefully, read the question. Maybe somewhere rest is given, then t1 became 0 and t2 has become some number 2 second, 3 second. They will give that. Understood? For example, I
Yes,
am
sir.
telling you this. It has started from 2 seconds, went to 3 seconds. Then what is your lower limit and upper limit of time? This t1, the lower limit will become 2, t2, the upper limit will become 5. We'll take the value 5. Understood that?
Yes, sir.
Ah. And whatever the function of acceleration they gave, what is?
Acceleration needs to come out of the function, sir.
Yes, very good. Acceleration has to be as a function of time dt. Now, let us do this numerical before this stops. No problem. Click the link. Okay. Yeah. So let us do this fatafat.
Sir, can you tell again, sir, after ADT is equal to?
A, instead of A, we substitute this, man. That's it.
Okay, sir.
Now let us do the integration using which formula? What is the formula? X power n dx. What is the formula? I told you 100 times. X power n plus 1
N
by...
into x power n,
No, 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 no. You are telling me
n plus
differentiation
1.
formula. This is the integration formula.
Yes.
Power n plus 1 by n
Yes,
plus
yes.
1, sir.
So 2 t power 1 plus 1 by 1 plus 1
Yes,
plus
sir.
3. Here nothing is there. So t power 0 plus 1. Understood that? By
Yes,
0
sir.
plus 1. Is it understood? Both of you?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
What
sir.
would the answer be? 2 t
2t power
square
2
by
by 2
plus
plus
3.
3t.
Yes, that's it. This of course gets cancelled. Not necessary that always you will be given 2 here. There may be 9 also. Anything can come, anything can be there. Okay. Now luckily 2 has been there, so luckily it got cancelled. Okay. Don't expect that it will always get cancelled. So velocity function you got. What did you get the velocity function? A quadratic function
T
you got
square
or
plus
not?
3t. Yes, sir.
What did you observe? Acceleration function is in terms of time. Velocity function has increased its power. Is it or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
This is what you should know. That when acceleration is given and you are asked to find out velocity, you have to integrate. Next thing what you have to do is, what you have to do? Now you have to find the displacement function. How would you do that? Again integrate this velocity function dt from the limits 2 to 3. Here also I just found out velocity function. I didn't find out velocity. What is the velocity? Kritika, can you tell me?
Uh,
Within the limits
yes,
2
sir.
to...
T square plus 3. Okay,
Sir,
2t
how
power
we got
1 plus 3
2
power
to 3,
0.
sir?
That is there in the question, man. It's there in the question. They gave
Yes,
in
sir.
the...
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
This is the function, no? You have to put the limits. Put
Yes,
the
sir.
limit 5 here. 5 5s are 25. Plus 5 3s are 15. 25 plus 15 is how much? 40. Is it or not? Minus,
Yes, sir.
if you substitute 2, 2 2s are 4, 3 2s are 6. 4 plus 6, how much? 10. So 40 minus 10 is how much? 30. That will be your answer for velocity.
30.
30 meter per second is your velocity. Both of you understood this very clearly?
Sir, how
Yes,
come
sir.
5 came, sir? 5.
Yes, sir.
Are you sleeping in between, Srinandan?
The initial and final,
I wrote here. I took the question only
Okay, sir.
like
Okay,
that.
sir.
I substituted the
Yes.
question, man.
Yes, sir.
There may be anything here. The numbers may be anything. Okay, you want 5 here? I will put 5 here. Okay.
Not like that, sir. I have that doubt, sir. I didn't
This
see
is the
that.
question. Question, I took the question as 2 seconds time has gone to 5 seconds. So I substituted
Yes,
the
sir.
2 and 5 here. Understood this?
Yes, sir.
Now we found out velocity.
Yes,
What
sir.
is this velocity? Can you tell me? It is the instantaneous velocity again. Understood? Hmm?
Yes,
Because
sir.
we
Yes, sir.
substitute the limits, we will get instantaneous only. We won't get average and all that. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Now I want to find out the displacement. How would I do that? Again integrate this. At least can you try that? What is the integration of this? For what I have to do the integration? T square
Uh,
plus
t square
3t. I have to integrate this again
into dt
into dt. From the limits
equals
2 to 5.
5 equals
Tell me, by the time I'll rub this, tell me, what will I get?
t into 2 plus 1 by 2 plus 1. 2t into 2 plus 1 plus 2 plus 1.
Ah, power, say like that properly. T
Yes, sir.
power, T power, not into. T power
Yes,
what?
sorry.
Hmm.
Sorry, sir.
What I have written here, see? What have I written there? X power n plus 1 by n plus 1. Like that, what will come
Yes,
here?
sir. 2
Srinandar,
into
try
t
man.
power 2 plus 1 by 2 plus 1
T
plus
power, what
3
will come? 3, yeah, 2 plus
2
1
plus 1
by 2 plus 1.
by
2
2
plus
plus
1,
1
sir.
plus
Understood how
3
this 3
power
came?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It's
Yes, sir.
simply 2 plus 1 plus
plus
3
3t
leave it
square
as
by 2.
3t square by 2,
1
sir.
plus
1 plus
1
1 by 1 plus 1, sir.
within the squared brackets, that too. 2
Yes, sir.
to 5. Now what I have to do? What you have to do? You have to substitute the limits.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, tell me now after substituting the limits.
5 cube by 3 uh,
Yes.
plus
Plus
3 3 into 5 square by 2
very
minus
good, very good. 5
minus
cube by 3 plus 3 into 5
5
square
square by 2
by 2. That is minus,
5 square, sir.
yeah, 5
5
square.
square, sir.
Yeah, I'm checking whether you're
minus
sleeping or alive.
minus 2 cube by 3
Minus 2 cube by 3
plus
plus
3 into 2 square by 2
3 into, this is into. Okay, 3 times, what will come here?
2 square
2
by 2.
square by 2. Understood that? Both of you?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
What
sir.
will be some number? That solving anybody can do, any 8th standard student can do. But how to substitute? What are you supposed to get? That you should know. Understood that?
Yes, sir.
So what we finally got
Yes,
as a
sir.
function, of time, what is your x? This is it. What was that? T cube by 3 plus 3t square by 2. This was the function of displacement or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So what did we finally conclude? That acceleration as a function of time, then velocity will become quadratic and displacement will become cubic. It's a cubic function, is it or not?
Yes, sir.
It's a
Yes,
function
sir.
of t cube, is it or not? It's a function of t cube existing there. Is it understood, both of you? Huh?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
So
sir.
reverse orders you understood very clearly. If displacement is given, velocity and acceleration can be found by doing differentiation. If acceleration is only given, velocity and displacement can be found by integration, going backwards. Is it understood, both of you?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
Now the one more important thing I will tell now. Yeah. As I started telling you how to do where, what to do what, differentiation, integration, how to do. Starting, I told you one thing. X power 1 only should exist. Is it or not? I told you that X power 1
yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
is equal to, there will exist on the RHS a function of time, and I gave you an example. Some example, you only tell me something also, I will write. 90 square. And I told you, if there is a quadratic in time, what will you get for the acceleration? A constant number will come. Is it or not?
Yes, sir.
Because
Yes, sir.
velocity will become a linear function. Is it or not?
Yes, sir.
Because
Yes,
first
sir.
derivative, what will it give? 18t plus something something will come here. Is it or not?
Yes, sir.
When you do
Yes,
the
sir.
again
Yes, sir.
derivative, this will become only 18 plus 0 will come. Is it or not?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yeah, this you should know. This you know already, I am repeating so that you get to print it in your brain that if there is a quadratic in time, definitely velocity will become, what will it become? It will become linear and acceleration will become a constant. But all this applies only when this side, LHS, x should have power 1. X should not have any other power. Understand?
Yes,
Now
sir.
we will
Yes, sir.
do X having other powers. Then what will happen? That's what I will tell you now. There is a numerical which is there in the CBSE textbook and it has come in your JE mains many times. See this numerical, very favorite numerical. I don't know the